All right, good morning. Welcome back here to Trader Minute. Great to have you aboard. I'm jumping on to do something that only we'll do in very unusual circumstances. And I posted the U.S. President Trump tweets. And so I'm going to hop on here and I'm going to jump out of Visa and I'm going to jump out of Micron here. And Visa out at $3. So out at $3 on Visa here. And I'll talk about this here in a second. Just make sure the alerts go out. All right. So out at $3 there on Visa. And on Micron here. Let's pop on out, and I'll get a fill of 186, right? 186. So we got into Micron at 225, out at 186 here. Let's go take a look here. $3. Let me fill them in here. 186 and 3, right? So this is going to give the challenge basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in a row of red. And would be 7, but, we went with this Valero, and I did exit that just before it fell off the cliff. But this is a long losing streak here for the challenge. No fun at all. But a very long losing streak. We're surviving it. Right, we're surviving it, but some of this chop has just been all right, enough. But let me make sure this is all filled in, and then we'll tackle it here. There we go, and trade is closed, Okay, all right. Let's see where to start. Let's just go to Trader Minute, and I'll show you the tweet here that U.S. President Trump just sent out. Okay, there we go. I basically said, as usual, the Fed did nothing. It's incredible that they can speak without knowing or asking what I am doing, which will be announced shortly. We have a very strong dollar, very weak Fed. I will work brilliantly with both, and the U.S. will do great. My only question is, who's our bigger enemy, Jay Powell or Chairman Z? Our country has lost stupidly trillions of dollars with China over many years. They've stolen our intellectual property at a rate of hundreds of billions of dollars a year. They want to continue. I won't let that happen. We don't need China, and frankly, we'd be far better off without them. This is the statement that I find to be the most that statement. Right? That we'd be far better off without them. And then he goes and says, look, our great American companies are hereby ordered to immediately start looking for alternative to China, including bringing your companies home and making your products in the USA. I'll be responding to China's tariffs this afternoon. This is a great opportunity for the United States. Also, I'm ordering all carriers, including FedEx, Amazon, UPS, Post Office, to search for and refuse all deliveries of fentanyl, blah, 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 and there. So that is what the statements are, what the market is reacting to right here, and we can see, let me just pull it up on the 1 minute. You can see the volumes. Absolutely monster volumes here, and no, those aren't bottoming volumes, with it. So just some very monster volumes coming in here on this tweet. The tweet did everything to escalate the situation, not to de-escalate it. And we've seen this story before. We've seen that when U.S. President Trump escalates, there is a sizable sell that carries on forward. And so, for the sake of the challenge, I did jump in and said, I've got to pull Visa. I've got to pull, Micron here, salvage them. And I guess salvage isn't the right word. I think we took, a 600 loss on Visa, 500 loss on Micron, both positions over $3,000 positions. So, it's we're not exactly taking it on the chin here, but it is one of those where the implied volatilities have spiked, and so even if we do see a mild rebound, the option values aren't going to appreciate too much, and I do think there's significant delta risk here to the downside. We are seeing the metrics shift. We are seeing, we are seeing the same thing that we saw the day that I said, I got to back out of Valero. Right, which was, Valero wasn't down all that much, and it was still in parameters. We still could hold it, but we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing the same escalation, the same type of commentary, come out, and I do think that's probably good for a couple sharp days of downside. I don't think it's worth buying a whole lot right here with how the option values have spiked. So I'd be a little cautious with that, right here, but we'll see how it kind of all goes and plays out this afternoon. But that puts the challenge back into all cash. Challenge is about at 11,000 or so, about 8,000 in gains. Let's see exactly, almost 9,000 in gains here, and so we've been bleeding on down, but still in a great position to strike, but we definitely need some some signals to go our way to get to get some serious trend and to get out of a little bit of this chop mode that the overall market is in. Thanks for hopping on. Have yourselves a great one. We'll talk to you this afternoon. Take care.